So what? Let's dig into Governor Cuomo. So this is out of Albany, New York. A lawyer for Governor Andrew Cuomo said she has reported a groping allegation made against him to local police after the woman involved declined to press charges herself. The Times-Union of Albany reported Wednesday that an unidentified aide had claimed Cuomo reached under her shirt and fondled her after summoning her to his official residence. Cuomo said that he never touched anyone. I believe they mean inappropriately. The thing is a typo. They said he never touched anyone appropriately.
Maybe it's not a typo.
Maybe not. Yeah, there you go. A good point.
Wow.
And another one.
Believe the news.
So Beth
No more
Garvey,
fake
the
news.
governor's acting counsel, said in a statement Thursday that as a matter of state policy, the woman who made the allegations was told she should contact her local police department. She said she phoned police herself when the woman declined through her lawyer to make a formal complaint. And talks about also there's nearly 60 Democratic lawmakers are demanding his resignation in the wake of these allegations. Woo! Andrew Cuomo, I think he just likes to be in the spotlight.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just like the person he hates so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a tough one because you want to presume that everybody's innocent until proven guilty, but he's got quite a laundry list working. Yeah. And when his own party is turning on him, like he hasn't had a couple good months with things coming out about COVID and nursing homes and falsifying numbers, and then this, it's like he's got a really big target on his back right now, and they're chasing him pretty hard.
You know it's bad when even AOC wants him removed. So that's not off the press this morning.
I just want to say AOC, though, she blows a lot of steam.
Right.
And she talked about Nancy Pelosi and that she wasn't going to vote for Nancy Pelosi to get in as speaker, and then she goes and votes for her anyway. And so AOC, I'm not going to really trust a dang thing she says because she's all over the board. So I mean, I hear what you're saying, but she's
not your benchmark.
No, she doesn't know what she believes.
So there's
it changes
6 women
all the
that
time.
have come up with allegations now, and they are allegations. They said it's going to take months before there's a formal investigation completed. They don't want it to be, a lot of the women's rights groups don't want it to be politically motivated or politically tied with any of that. Obviously he's in the spotlight because of the nursing home allegations, and everything that happened with the nursing homes. But what the news is really covering now, so the nursing home information and deaths and people wanting him impeached and lose his position as governor of that. Now it's this whole accusations of assault and everything.
So let me ask you 3 ladies. Is this a worse charge than the killing of, we're up to around 15,000 people that have died in nursing homes? Is this worse than that?
No.
So Martha May, that's your opinion. Lisa?
I would say no. Nope. I would say
so
no.
3 women out of 3 women here reading this and knowing some of these other stories, why are they covering this so hard and not the death of 15,000 people?
Because he wrote a book, because he looked like he was the savior.
And won an Emmy?
Yeah. And he wrote the rules on saving COVID and everything like that in his state. And the news doesn't want to cover the truth.
So didn't he come out and talk about someone else that had allegations on the Republican side of things a while back? Does anybody remember that?
The justice that was trying to get sworn in.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas?
No, Amy.
Kavanaugh.
Oh, yeah.
Kavanaugh.
That's who it
Kavanaugh.
was. Yeah.
That's
right.
why this story brought interest to me, because I really got tied into Kavanaugh's hearings a couple years ago, and his affiliation with that. Yeah, don't believe those. Believe those women. Believe those women, along with all the other feminist groups.
Yeah.
Believe those women. Believe those women. And now there are women's groups. I looked it up. There are women's groups actively involved with pursuing everything against him or helping bring all of this to light. But just the conflict of, okay, like you said, the nursing home deaths is just as of importance.
Because he was, his staff told him not to put these COVID patients in the nursing homes, right?
Yep.
And they had the ship that was there.
Yep.
They had, what center was in New York also?
Was it Madison Square Garden?
There was, I'm not sure if it was that, but there was one of the centers that was opened up also for COVID patients.
I think
And
John Hopkins, wasn't it? John Hopkins?
oh, that's
It's in Baltimore.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So in New York itself, there was like a stadium or some big venue that was opened up for COVID patients that had like literally less than 30% capacity. The ship had like one person, and his staff advised him not to send them to the nursing homes, and yet he did it. All these deaths, I don't know. There's something weird going on here. What did he do to really tick off his party? What's going on? That they're
That's not being spoke,
Yeah.
that's not being written about, or that's the feeling, the vibe I'm getting. I feel like there's something more that we don't know, or maybe we can all make assumptions, but that's what I felt with it. And that he sort of I don't know, I feel weird even saying this. It feels like he's a little bit of a target, but I mean, at the same time, I don't want to take away from these women who felt violated.
No, I wanted to make sure that was clear too. I don't either, but I think my point more to be clear is I think that it should all be connected, right? Like, let's just go after this guy.
Yeah.
He's done all these terrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are it's
Focusing
all
on
should be involved in the
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
His hands are dirty with the nursing homes and COVID, and he didn't listen to his advisors in his party, and this is his retribution. I don't know. It's bad what he did. I mean, I don't think anybody can deny that.
Right.
No.
Again, accountability, right?
Accountability,
Just
yes.
come out. I mean, if you did it, say you did it.
walk away.
He seems to be fighting it. That's what I'm seeing. He seems to be saying, hey, this didn't happen. So I think there's more yet to be seen and heard.
One of the last gals, I don't know if it was the sixth one now, but she said what made her come forward was she was watching his press conference, and he literally was talking about, I've never done anything, blah, blah. And that was when she broke down in tears, and it happened to her herself. And that's when she decided to come forward. That whole, it's in your face, but he won't acknowledge as an abuser that it happened kind of thing.
And
So-
sometimes I wonder, if I may say, I wonder if certain individuals that are being accused, if they have their own, in their own mind of crossing a line, maybe this, again, I'm assuming, and maybe to him, this isn't considered sexual assault, or,
Crossing the
you know what I
line.
mean? Maybe it's so mild in comparison. I don't know. We shouldn't be doing that. We should, if somebody's reaching underneath somebody's top and, anything, that's violation. But sometimes I wonder about those individuals. No, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. There was no penetration, kind of getting in details. But what is this fine line that people seem to think that it's okay and it's not okay?
I don't know of a guy I don't want to hang out with somebody that thinks it's appropriate to put your hand under somebody else's shirt or skirt. That's not a
Right.
lack of parenting. That's a lack of being a good person. I don't know how anybody can think that that's right,
Right.
in your mind. It's completely inappropriate.
And, sometimes we often hear that they try to back it up that it was consensual, this or that. Well, what makes it consensual? You asked and they said yes? What in your mind gave you the idea, or you thought you had permission to do so? So those are things that I often think about too.
And why? These are your
Right.
your quote underlings. These are your staff.
Yes.
That right there.
I'm
That's
like,
that's
what
not
is going on?
appropriate.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I found? The title of the news story was dozens of Democrats, but literally in the article they say nearly 60, this was a couple days ago, and now it's over 60. But dozens is not 60; that's 5 dozen. So even how they're misleading with the top of the article, the title. I guess it doesn't say that on there, but
Yeah,
it said dozens.
it did say it in
dozens
a
of
different
Democrats,
article.
Dozens of
Right,
Democrats. So that
yeah.
leads you to believe a few, a handful or two plus, and then once you get into the article, it says 60. 60 at the time. So, how misleading even that is for trying to downplay everything against him personally. And look at now even the nursing home information, how much it's come out. Look at now even the difference from what New York had to even what Minnesota's with Governor Walz, that our numbers in Minnesota are even higher than what New York had for numbers in the nursing home deaths and how they've covered those up too.
I hadn't read that anywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's more than 15,000 people in nursing homes that have...
For the percentage, in Minnesota that have
so
died.
you're talking percentage.
Percentage, yeah. Yeah.
Not total number,
that
but
have
a
died,
percentage.
Yeah.
I see. I guess what I'm confused by is I know that a lot of Democrats had suggested, people should step down for lesser and, step down, resign, rerun or whatever like that later if you're found not guilty, but focus on this type of a thing. And is that not happening within their own party?
Correct.
There's a lot of things here, I guess.
Correct.
And my thought too was my bad for not knowing the background with Al Franken stepping down, and how many accusers did Al Franken have that caused him to step down? Is it 6? Is it less? Is it more? It shouldn't matter the numbers, but he stepped down. He did what I think most people feel is the right thing. So, come on, Andrew, get to it and just.
In my
be done.
experience of following a lot of these kind of articles is that it always seems like more come forward. So I feel like that we still have another week or two of interesting information of whom may or may not come forward, because there's this thing when one comes forward that feels that they were a victim of this, it seems like more always come out of the woodwork, feeling comfortable courage of they felt brave enough to speak out. So I think there's more information.
And there might be many out there that don't come forward that it could have happened to, too.
Right.
And that's pretty likely. So then the question becomes, like, he's standing firm and he's saying that, I'm not going to resign, this kind of stuff. So what is it that did he feel there was consent? I mean, he's not really saying that, but is that where I don't know. What's he thinking?
Right. I think that, we have questions.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Get it out.
Get it out. What I'm thinking,
Jackie's here chilling on the couch. You allergic to her?
No.
I think that there's more questions. He is standing strong and firm. So, we have to ask ourselves, is he innocent?
We do have to ask that for sure, because you're not guilty until, it's proven. But clearly there's a lot going on with this guy, though, is really the point. But, I don't know.
In the hashtag Me Too. That it's coming back again.
It's coming back again.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yep.
They were holding other people's feet to the fire. If you're going to take that stance, better put
there's
feet
no
in the fire.
congruency here.
Right.
I mean, that's why I brought up the Kavanaugh hearings, even President
absolutely.
Trump, how they're all over that and everything. A lot of feminists, women's rights groups were, to the top.
They're ready to
and
burn them at stake.
Yeah, and that was found not true compared to all the allegations that are here, plus his already pre-existing, judgments with the nursing home decisions too. So.
But you brought up the point of what did he do who did he piss off?
Yes.
Yeah.
That they are gunning for him.
Yeah.
And deserved or not. Whatever. But
yeah.
He's got a big target on his back right now.
Yeah.
So
I always think of like the dirty political world, the things that
horrible.
we don't hear or see. It's happening, and I just feel like that. When you get into it, these are things that, so you better behave. That's what I'm getting. You better behave because this stuff comes out.
Right.
Yeah.
You should anyway.
Right.
And
like, that's just the right thing to do.
Like de Blasio, Mayor de Blasio of New York even is saying, he needs to resign. And, de Blasio...
not an altar boy.
I'm thinking Cuomo might have something on de Blasio, too,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll all stay tuned.
It's shark eat shark.
It really is. That's what it looks like to me. So.
I feel like it's like a reality show, like the Real Housewives of Politics or something. Like there is so much more there,
Yeah.
then
And we'll never know it. We'll never hear about it. It's
yeah.
it's a dirty, dirty, dirty world, and it's not just national. It's all politics.
Well, I
It's-
also don't think this is the last we've heard from Cuomo, so I could definitely see another book in his future. So we'll see.
Oh, I'm sure, right?
From
That's all.
prison even.
Yeah.
Never know.
Hey, a lot of people have asked how they can support the work we're doing here at Matt Logan Speaks. Well, you see this hammer that I got in my hand? It's pretty big. All you have to do is hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bell so that when we have new content up, you're the first to know about it. We really appreciate the comments, shares, likes, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us, because the algorithms on all these fancy computers, that's what they need. We appreciate it.